I realize how long ago it was that I was sitting where you're sitting, but it also feels like it was not long ago at all. And out of all the things I've done, everywhere I've been, I feel like Zelig. I keep sitting going, what am I doing here? And they're going, and now from Miss Woodard, and like, and I'm with Nelson Mandela, and he's going, oh, I'm going like, hello, Madiba. You just, and I am just honored to be sitting here with these ladies who inspire me still. It's like the mentoring never stops. You see possibility all around you constantly. So the feeling you have, hopefully today, I would love for you to keep that feeling because that's going to mean that you're moving in the right direction. Gina and I went to the same university. She went about 20 years after me. But I have to tell Ms. Jameson, when I got to LA, I had a picture of you, a big poster. And you have to look it up if you haven't seen it. And it's you, and you've got on a white rehearsal dress, and you are just spinning for all you're worth. And somebody came into the house and said to me, is that you? And, being an actor, I said, yes, that's me. And they said, well, you seem taller here. I said, well, I was on stage. But anyway, I would just try to stand up. And I'm just, honored always to be in your company. And you said that we were in front of the camera. This is the person who holds us up, who holds the whole thing up so that we can bring you information and entertainment. I grew up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I went to Bishop Kelly High School. And I'm trying to think of what part will be interesting to tell you. Brother Patrick O'Brien he taught us creative writing. He taught me creative writing and marriage, which was very funny. We'd all joke with him and laugh. And he was very florid, and he was a film buff. And so once a month, they would shut down the school and take every 750 kids to the cinema. And you'd have to watch, Sundays in Sabelle, Citizen Kane, Incident at Owl Creek Bridge, whatever he was on about. And the kind of films you would study at film school, and you'd have to write a dramatic criticism and then discuss it in any of your, humanities-based classes. And so I remember sitting in the dark at 14 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, watching, because they had big screens then. You used to watch the movies like this instead of like the ones as big as your television. And to be sitting there and identifying with a French father who could only see his little 5-year-old daughter once a week on Sundays, and reading subtitles and not complaining and just being taken away, I just felt I want to be a part of that. Because at the same time we were trying to end the war in Vietnam, women were trying still, but they were in the throes of trying to get an equal rights amendment. The gay movement had just started out. I mean, the really struggle for gay rights. All these things were happening in the world. And at Bishop Kelly, we were learning catechism and studying the gospel of the Christ. And just sitting there, it all kind of fell together. At one point, I thought I wanted to be a nun, but I realized it was because Rachel Ann, the one that got me into acting, she had like a long habit, and she'd always go, okay, class, and she would toss her rosary around, and I thought, I want to do that. But then I realized I didn't have the discipline to be a nun. But sitting there in the dark and being moved like that, I thought, that's what I want to do. I want to join that, because I somehow felt that was, it brought everything together. And so I at the same time, Rachel Ann asked me, she was teaching acting, would I be in a play, because I could memorize things really fast. And so I felt, tell me your name again. Madeline is our actor in the audience. Madeline, it was like I had been walking around doing the breaststroke all my life, but everybody just allowed for me that, oh, that's Woodard, she does that. But suddenly, somebody tipped me into the water, and that thing that made me feel like I had worms or something was just this incredible sense of freedom. I felt like I had breathed oxygen for the first time. And I just said, I have to do that. I want to keep doing that. And so then I had to set off, because back then, if you didn't have a degree, you thought you fell through a hole in the earth. And so I didn't want my parents upset, so I found a university, Boston, that had a professional training program, so you could start your degree right there, taking all the things related to acting. And so that's when I went off there. At the end of that training, I discovered, I went to Hollywood, because that's where films were being made. And I got there, and that's where the rude awakening that I talked about before happened. But because I started out thinking of what I wanted to do, it was connected to the family of man. And the purpose of it was to give. Mm-hmm. I discovered I had a talent for it, but my motive was, this is how I'll pay my rent, to be among the family. Mm-hmm. And that has sustained me, even when times have been crazy bad. But even when they were, I didn't know they were bad, because again, it's not the thing that sustains you. What sustains you is, your intention. And I think that's why even when we have success, we're not satisfied until we're satisfying the good motives that live inside of us. And so that's why Gina has this incredible foundation. That's why we do those things. I won't go on, but just the thing that I would like to tell you is, don't stop yourself from doing something because you got a lump in your throat or your belly's going like this. That doesn't mean you're equipped or not equipped to do it. I think I had a lump in my throat up until I was 30, but I was just swinging my hips and going about my business because my desire to do it was stronger than my fear of not doing it. And the other thing that I would tell you is, declare yourself. To yourself, if you don't want to declare to other people. That guy was talking about my father, he would say, if you want to be the master builder, just say, I'm the master builder. Because everybody else is afraid to say they are. And then they'll start saying, well, I need something built. Well, Gina's the master builder. So you say who you are, and you take all those little steps. And they don't have to be in a straight line. They could be jagged and all. Studying science could really improve your kissing abilities. You never know that. And so, and we all want to improve that. So, so all I'm saying is, you take those little steps every day. You put that dream in your heart, and you cherish it the way you would cherish a little girl that's left in your care. And every day there's something you can do towards taking you in that direction. And you know what? You might be just going in that direction to send you off into the direction you really will make an impact in.
Okay. Great.